And then this sound, this. Hey, everybody. We are here today with a special guest. We've got Zach with us, the Seattle DCHL GM. Welcome, Zach. We have Jean, the brains of the organization. He was arguing this point earlier, but we all know who the beautiful one is, and we all know who the smart one is. And now we've got the dark one. Hey,
or the hairy one.
The hairy one, yes, the hairy monster, as I've called him in the past. So you boys talk while I do my thing.
Okay, Zach, I got a question for you. Have you ever seen, or were you around when the NHL had the black and orange logo, like it was on the puck on our intro?
No, I don't think so. No.
God, those were good old days.
Well, I do see my grandfather though having like stuff with that logo on it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Things change. Back then, it was everything was more it was simpler.
Simpler times.
Yes, simpler times, as the old guy says.
We're the old guys.
Yes. So today we're gonna do. Are you still doing your thing, Steve?
No, I'm done. But you can intro it. Hey, you're good to go.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about NHL playoffs, DCHL playoffs. We're gonna do a mock draft, and next week Zach is gonna come on to do give an update on the brackets pool that he did. Anything else that I missed?
Well, all everybody needs to know right now on the DCHL brackets or the playoff brackets is I got perfect on the round one of the DCHL. So that's over and done with. So we'll just give me the money now, Ian. That's fine. I don't give a shit about the NHL one. I mean, whatever. I'm obviously the genius of the DCHL, except the fact that my team.
I was gonna make that shot at you, but I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, so NHL playoffs.
Yes.
Leafs are playing right now with Florida. You just gave me an updated score saying the Leafs are losing.
Yep, which is always good. That's always good news. To have the Leafs losing.
In my world, it is.
Yep.
I was saying that this is a must-win for the Leafs. Like I don't see them winning this series if Florida brings it back to 2-2.
It's not going to look good because we talked about it last week, Steve. Matthews and Marner are supposed to step up at the right time in big moments, and they rarely do.
What I see, somebody posted a meme that Corey Perry has more playoff goals right now than Matthews does.
See, that shouldn't be.
No. When you're paying a guy that much money, you should be scoring a little bit more than Corey Perry.
Well, and not just even the money, but a player that is that good.
Yeah.
Like no one's going to say that Austin Matthews isn't a top 10 player in the league.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to say probably top 5.
Okay, I won't argue with that. I mean, the guy had 69 goals a year ago.
Yeah. I can't stand the man. Can't stand him. The fact that he plays for the Leafs, but I also think that I don't have a really high opinion of him as a hockey player and a leader, but that's my personal opinion. but he doesn't lead his team to victory. So until he does, he's he's going to keep having doubts and keep breaking the hearts of the Leaf fans, which I enjoy.
Oh, I do too.
But then we have Carolina, Washington also. I'm shocked that Carolina's up 2-1. I expected Washington to at least be up 2-1. And
After seeing all these now, I think this could be Carolina. I think this could be Carolina's year to make it to the finals. I think.
yeah,
Just watch them play.
they're playing well. They're
They are.
doing really well, and
And Freddie Anderson has looked really good.
yeah. See, imagine if you made the playoffs, Steve, you'd have a really good playoff goalie.
I'm about to get us dinged, but fuck you, John.
Oh, now the show's canceled. Now you can't be swearing on here now.
Now we're not monetized now, Jean. Sorry.
I know. Our sponsors are not going to like that.
Yeah. Okay. Freddie Anderson, I still believe that he's a DCHL quality goalie. And he played well this year, just the injury. So blah, blah, blah. I'll take it.
Okay.
I think if Ovi didn't go on his little cold streak there, Steve, I think you got a chance.
Zach, if this year taught me nothing, it's that it really doesn't. And Kalen's LA Kings will back this up as well.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how good your team is.
Well, look at
Jean. It's how well the
Jean Brizon last year. Same as Jean last year. He had his Vancouver team, but he had a top 10 pick last year.
Yep, because he didn't have any goaltending.
Yeah,
made a trade for goaltending in the offseason.
And now look at him.
Well, he was out of the playoffs about a third or so of the season. The sim giveth and the sim taketh away. So this year, it was pissing me off. It upset me a great deal, but at some point I just went, you can't do anything about it.
But also, I think, Steve, you're setting goal for next year, for next couple of years. I think you got a good goalie. Last year you're looking for a starting goalie. I think this year you do, going into next year. So
I think I have a good solid backup as well. Like Vladar and Anderson, I'm happy with my goaltending. And
did you get both those? Did you get both those goalies from me? Didn't I have Vladar too? Didn't I trade him to you?
Okay, but you traded me both, yes.
Yeah.
But Freddie Anderson did like a tour of the DCHL.
That's true.
He started off in Florida, then he went to Boston. I lost track. Did he go to you from Boston? And then he was on multiple teams this year.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I thought he went to Edmonton or something like that.
2025.
He was around. He was
Are
around.
you going through your trades, Zach? Because we don't have that much time.
Yeah.
I'll be here for a while then, eh?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about Freddie Anderson for this show.
But I'm telling you, Carolina, I am surprised. I'm shocked at how well that team is playing. I don't know what happened. We always say, or I always say, you can't flick the switch and go into playoffs and start winning. Carolina's doing it.
Yep.
Yep.
That is not the same team that I've seen at the end of the year. Not even close. So props to them. Good for them. And I hope that they keep it up for them. Anything else about the Carolina-Washington series?
No, I think we're all surprised, and maybe we need to have Corey on sometime to talk about Carolina. He's the guy. So if Carolina goes to the finals, maybe we'll try to do it.
Corey's going to be busy.
Well, maybe we can squeeze him in. I'm sure he does a media thing. He works for the Athletics, so he's got to do various podcasts anyway. We'll just squeeze him in on ours.
Yeah. Yours pays more than his.
Okay, so out west, I think the most exciting series so far has been Edmonton Vegas. Like that's been every game has been outstanding. Now I didn't see the end of last night's game until today, but wow, Leon Draisaitl scores the game winner.
If he would have just let that puck go across, it was going right through.
Oh man, well
Yeah.
it's instinctual, right? Like you're gonna stick your
Yeah.
stick there, and it just hit the
But
stick.
my question is, where was Skinner going?
Well, that's a good question because what the hell was he? All he has to do there is sit back and hug the post.
Yeah, but like he completely comes out of the frame.
That's asinine. Like but he's been pretty. I'm just gonna say
Dog
it. He's been pretty
food.
bad.
Yeah.
He's been pretty
Yes.
bad this playoffs.
Did
And
Picard play game 1 and 2?
Picard
came
was
in game
played
3.
6 games in a row and he won 6 games in a row
Yeah.
before
I
he got
know.
hurt.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said okay. I didn't see
He's
that
hurt.
part.
They didn't take him out because he wasn't playing well. They took him out because he got hurt.
Yeah. And like I don't know. Like I didn't think most like for the game. I didn't think Skinner was awful, but the last goal that was not smart goaltending.
No.
Like certainly you got to know the moment, and that late in the period, you're just blocking. You're just blocking. You just
Yeah.
block the
Hug
net.
the post, stay in your net, hug the post.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
somehow he decided to go for a stroll.
And left the net open.
Yeah.
Like
Uh
just didn't make any sense at all.
Evan Bouchard. Wow. It's like I talked about flicking the switch. The regular season Evan Bouchard and the playoffs Evan Bouchard,
Completely
not the
different.
same guy. 2 years in a row. He has
It's
been
true.
awesome in the playoffs for Edmonton the last 2 years, and he's been average in a regular season. And you know what? If you're an NHL team, that's what you want your players to do.
Well, if you're the Edmonton Oilers, that's
Yeah.
what you want. I guess if you're the Anaheim Ducks, there is no playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like you watch him play and you're just he's so good. He's so solid. He makes the right pass. He's skating. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
like you could tell me he's the top defenseman in the league right now, and I'd believe you just based off of what I'm watching. And
I agree.
that's
He
amazing.
has been awesome.
So wow. Okay, and the other one, Winnipeg, Dallas. I I mean, my heart's definitely with Winnipeg, but and Dallas is it's not quite to the same level as Carolina, but they are impressing me and surprising me as to how well they're playing.
Mikko Rantanen. Wow.
Mikko Rantanen.
I
It's the
didn't
Mikko
see the
Rantanen
game
show.
today.
Yes.
I didn't see the game today because I was watching Ottawa play.
1 goal, 2 assists for Mikko Rantanen again.
Oh, so a slow day then.
Slow day
Yes.
in the office.
He's
Like
you know,
it's kind of crazy when you say a slow day for him is 1 goal and 2 assists.
Well, when
That's
was the
just
last time you saw back-to-back playoff hat tricks in the NHL? Like I can honestly say I
12
don't remember that. I
or
don't remember.
or a point and 12 straight goals scored by your team. That's a record. Not just a record, like the past record was 9 goals. 9 straight goals that you assisted or scored for your team, and he made it 12. He just
Who held the previous record? Like that's a
I
good.
think it was Gretzky.
Okay, just being in the same sentence as Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he has been at another level
Wow.
in the series, in the playoffs. So
Yeah. I mean back-to-back hat tricks. That's crazy. So yeah, I want Winnipeg to win, but I mean the way Dallas is playing, specifically Mikko Rantanen. I don't see how they're going to win this series unless Hellebuck turns it on like dynamic play. But I just can't. I can't see it.
Hellebuck has been good the since
The
the second
overtime.
period of the St. Louis game,
Yeah,
the game 7.
yeah.
He was awful in the first period, but second, third period he came back, and then first 2 games he was good. I didn't see the game this afternoon with Dallas Winnipeg. Gave up 5, obviously, but he's been good. So
So I was just looking here. Last time someone scored a back-to-back hat trick, playoffs was 1985.
Who was it?
Yari
Stephon
Curry.
Duchesne?
Yari
yeah,
Curry, game
Yari
game 5 and 6, and then before
85.
that was 1944, Doug Bentley.
Wow, 1985. That was
Yeah,
I was a kid in 1985.
I wasn't even thought of it.
Yes, well, thank you for telling everyone that I'm way older than you. I appreciate that.
graduating from high school.
He's
I was
nerd.
in high school as well. I was 15 or 14, depending on the year. Anyway, okay. So I'm gonna call up the DCHL playoffs and we can talk about that next. Unless there's something else you want to add about the NHL playoffs, boys.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Oh, actually, you know what? That bottom 6 for Toronto, they're actually more entertaining to watch than the top 6.
And if that's the case, then
Like it's
you're golfing soon.
yeah,
Like you're golfing soon. And I said this back when the Senators were playing, that the Leafs aren't going to go far because they're just not being carried by the players that need to carry them.
no, and
And
they're
as
being
long as
carried by the
that's the
players
case,
that shouldn't be carrying them.
as long as that's the case, the Leafs are not going to win in the playoffs. Okay, look at Florida. Who are the best players in Florida in the playoffs? And who are their best players?
It's the
I
top.
don't even know. I can't tell you who their fourth line is off the top of my head.
Yep. I can't remember who they are either, but
But you know who Marchand is, you know who Kachuk is,
Barkov,
you know who their best players are. And
yeah,
you're watching them. Marchand scores the overtime winner.
Verhage,
Their best players are their best players. And Toronto, that's not the case. Nylander is the only one that I think plays well in the playoffs.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
And if you're relying on McMahon and Domi and Holmgren, good luck on the golf course.
Yep.
So there we go. Share screen. Here we are, boys. Okay. Sorry, Chicago. You made a noble effort.
Yeah, I'm kind of
and
disappointed with that.
Chris put a post this afternoon about not understanding how he beat the Mammoth 4 times in the regular season and couldn't even win 1 game in the playoffs. If you want to know why, Chris, look at the goals against average in the playoffs. Jake Ottinger, 188. Alexander Gorgiev, 293. That's a 1 goal difference.
It's tight.
That's where it is. That's where it is the 1 goal difference.
Well, and I mean, it's pretty clear at this point who the leading contender of the MVP for the playoffs is. I think it's got to be Jake Ottinger at this point. I mean, there's still lots of playoffs to go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the save percentage is Ottinger is at pretty much a 93%, and Gorgiev is at 902. 9:30 to 9:02. That's the difference. You know?
I mean, those are monster numbers for Ottinger, and that's a huge difference in a series.
Yeah.
So, sorry, man, but I mean, I think Utah was better than their record and their position. So you got beat by somebody who was good. Like, there's no shame in that, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was
So
disappointed. I was hoping Utah would lose that. Just for my pick. That's
you,
all.
Jean, you were picking Vancouver over Calgary, I believe.
Yep.
It's a 3-game series now. You still gonna stay on that?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so. It's 2-2.
yeah.
3 games. I think so. Um,
And they've split both times,
mhm.
like in their barns. So there's no. I don't think there's home ice advantage really in this.
And Swayman has been playing better than Hellebuck so far this year.
So
So
okay, Zach, do you have an opinion on that series?
Yeah. No, honestly, I think Calgary's gonna come up with this one. I think
Yeah,
Calgary will.
I tend to lean towards Calgary as well, but
Yeah.
I if this doesn't go to 7, I'd be surprised. Which I mean, Calgary went to 7 in theirs. Did Vancouver go to 7 in theirs as well? I think they did as well. I think
mm,
both series went 7 games.
Can you
not
go
sure.
back or no? For the first
I
round or
could.
no?
I could. Oh, you want me to?
Well, no, I was asking if that even was a thing.
We'll just go to Vancouver's thing and check out their schedule. I believe it'll list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7
Yeah,
games.
7 games, yeah.
7 games. So, I mean that's got to wear on. Hopefully, you don't get any injuries, but that's got to wear on your team either way.
Yeah.
Okay, in the East, my first round pick and the New York Islanders are tied 2-2. I
One of my first picks. There's 3-1.
I'll say this. I'll say this about this series, and to to Buffalo's credit, all year they've won. They've won when they've needed to win, and I, the same thing in the series before. It was tied 2-2, and then Buffalo took the next 2 games. Like so, I still think the
Oh,
Islanders are the better team, but I mean Buffalo's a good team as well. Was one of the probably the best goalie in the league.
and Steve, I was just looking at my bracket that I sent to Zach. On the show, I picked Vancouver, but in my bracket, I picked Calgary. So I can't go wrong.
So we're all unanimous then, which means that Vancouver's going to win.
Yes. And
I have
yeah,
no idea what I said to Zach, to be
I
honest.
have
I
I have
picked
Philly
Calgary
over
for
New Jersey.
DCHL.
You have
You
Philly
picked
over
Cal-
New Jersey?
you picked Calgary, Steve, to win the Vancouver.
Yeah, did I pick New Jersey to win against Philly?
No, you picked Philly.
Come on, Josh. I've never cheered for you in my life until now.
I know. I picked Philly also. I picked Philly to win the cup.
I
Josh is
might have
failing.
picked Philly or I might have picked Utah. I think I have Utah going right through to the final, to be honest.
Josh is failing.
And you know what? Either one of those guys can fail. It's fine with me because I have both of their picks. So
Whatever. Whatever. So anything you want to say about the Philly or sorry, the Islanders Buffalo series, guys?
I think the Islanders are going to take her.
Okay, but maybe give some explanation because
Well, they
this is
do.
talk. This is a talk show,
We're here
so
to entertain. We're here
we
to
need
educate
actual words,
the
Zach.
Well,
people.
no. uh, they do. No, they do have an all-around better roster from line one to line four on both the forward and defenseman. They have the depth to take it over Buffalo.
Okay, I just want to remind you because normally you're listening to us, and I want to
Yeah,
make
I
sure
know, yeah. I know, yeah. I'm still
you're
listening too.
our most loyal listener, but
Yeah.
sometimes we need you to be a loyal speaker.
And if you look at the Islanders, I think it's it should be their top line if it's not. Crosby, Kachuk, and Kucherov. I think
That's
it's pretty
just,
solid.
yeah.
And then it's comes back with Zibanejad, Forsberg, and Kreider. So, and Danault is third line center.
And I'm rooting for the Islanders so hard on this because I do not want to be picking late 20s, like 28 to 32. So,
Well,
Blacks, get her done, man. Get her done.
and also, you know what? Flax was smart. He bought the Jeff Carter playoff DCHL playoff ticket. And when you buy that, you make it to the finals, my friend. Jeff Carter's on your team, you make it to the finals.
Was he in Buffalo
All you
last year?
need to know.
Oh, you write it down, folks. Is Jeff
So,
Carter retired now?
no.
He's still playing?
Is he? Is this his
Mhm.
last year?
I don't know.
I think he retired. Yeah,
We could hockey DB this. Let's hockey
I
DB
can't
this.
remember.
He didn't play. I know this is his last year in the DCHL.
Jeff Carter. He did not play this year.
Yeah. So he is this will be the last year you can have the Jeff Carter lottery ticket on your team. And Flax did it. If you look at Jeff Carter, last year was the only this year he's with the Islanders. Last year he was with Nashville. The year before Edmonton, they won. The year before that, St. Louis, he won. And the year before that, he was with Buffalo, he won.
Oh, wow.
So
That's insane. Okay, so Philly, New Jersey. Um, I think we're all kind of expecting Philly to win, but New Jersey, again, New Jersey is a great team too. So,
yeah,
I mean, there's
I
no,
just figured Josh can't keep, you know, choking and disappointing, but seems like he can.
he's made the playoffs every year this league has existed, and he's never won
And he's got a good team
every
every
year.
year. And I've told you that before, Steve. As much as we say, oh, he's got a good team, it's easy to manage. It's not easy to manage because it's easy to screw up and end up not making the playoffs and being at the bottom. But it's hard to be consistent and make trades that keep your team because there's a salary cap, there's UFAs, there's like the contracts are ending. Guys are underperforming. Draft picks that you think are going to be awesome end up not being so awesome. All of these things, and Josh is always
He's been on top
in.
of it. He's
Yeah,
been on top of it.
so I respect that.
Yeah, no, he's done a great job. Credit to him. Credit to him. I mean, I've made the playoffs like 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and that's better than some. So, okay. Now, for the exciting part of the show. We've brought Zach on to sing. No,
Oh Jesus! I want to hurt your ears now.
we are going
Oh.
to do a mock draft, boys. And I've been told that we're going to do it by taking turns making the picks. I'll share the screen here, put up my handy dandy little NHL mock draft. I have all 32 teams. Now, just keep in mind that like I have Winnipeg here as pick 32, although they probably won't be picking at 32, but I think it's more the players that are taken at that point than it will be. Well, we probably won't get the right guy anyway, because the NHL always outthinks us. So, but we'll do all these 32 picks and we'll take turns doing it. So I'll say, as Zach is the guest of the show, I think we should probably let him pick first. Yeah, you okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so Zach, you have pick number one, first overall. Most people have Matthew Schaefer going here, but
Well, I think
there
that's
is
the
conversation on.
I think that's
Well,
the proper pick, but honestly, I just have it that Higgins is going one. Him being him being from New York, I just have him going to New York. I
so
think
is
they're
that
gonna
who you're
take.
picking here?
What was that?
Is that who you're picking here?
All right, number one, yeah, we're gonna go Higgins.
Okay, so Jean, since you're picking for San Jose, I feel pretty comfortable. I know who
Hmm.
you're going to take. Jean right now is sprinting to the microphone.
Yes,
He's
to make
knocked
sure
over
that
three.
the,
He's
the,
knocked
the
over
Islanders
three
don't change
people.
their mind. Matthew Schaefer.
Matthew Schaefer.
And I can't remember because I've got a really bad memory, but I was watching a podcast earlier this week, and I think that one of the hosts, one of the podcast members, gave the best argument for Matthew Schaefer to go number one, and that argument is he has potential to be a Norris Trophy winner, to be a top 2, 3 defenseman in the NHL. He has that potential. Is there a forward out there that has the potential to be a top 5 forward in the NHL in this draft? So, Zach, do you think that James Higgins has the potential to be a top 5 forward in the NHL?
Probably not top five, no. Top 15, maybe.
So, I
I look at him as Logan Cooley Jr. Like I think Logan Cooley's a slightly better player than James Higgins. And if that's the case, then I really can't see James Higgins going first. If the Islanders were going to do that, they'd trade back. They would trade back.
Well, I think the proper pick for them would be to take Schaefer, but I don't know. I just have that gut feeling that they're gonna surprise us all and take Higgins.
Well,
so
I mean, your eyes
and
crossed
you
the
know
house.
what? I think that Higgins has the boom or bust potential, the highest boom or bust potential of all the guys. So he's either going to be awesome.
Or he'll be a Nila Yakubov.
Yeah.
See, I see Higgins going at like 5 to Nashville, to be honest. Like I think he slips.
Yeah.
I think
I wouldn't be
Desnoyers comes
surprised.
up. Desnoyers or Martone go to Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
So
gonna take Michael Misa here for Chicago because this draft is already crazy.
that's okay.
Michael Misa goes third.
That's why
But no,
we
but really, if you think about it, you just change Higgins and Schaefer, and then the draft is what it probably will go as.
So you think Higgins will go second then?
Most likely, but I'm just saying. I just have that gut feeling though that Higgins is. I don't know. I just have that gut feeling Higgins goes one.
Okay, so
But
you're picking at 4 here, and Higgins, Schaefer, and Misa are all off the board. Who do the Mammoth take?
the
Porter
Utah
Porter
Mammoth,
Martone.
Porter
Porter
Martone.
Martone.
There we go. Big winger. Did you watch him at the U16s? I didn't watch him. I didn't watch much of the U16s.
The
U16.
U18s. I mean the U18s.
Whatever. The
Martone
U18s.
wasn't at the U18s.
He
He's too
wasn't?
old.
Okay.
He's
Oh, okay.
he's a late birthday.
But he's at Worlds, right?
He's at the Worlds, but he's not playing. He's just he's with
Chilling.
Carter
Carter George.
Carter George. They're practicing with the team, but they're not playing. They're like an extra
Okay,
that they
Jean,
brought. Yeah.
you're picking at 5 here for the Nashville Predators.
Yes, and the Nashville Predators are proud to draft Anton Frondel.
How do I spell Antoine?
No
Anton.
E.
There we go. Sorry, there's too many languages that use the name Antoine.
No. So I heard Frondel was a disappointment at the U18s. Um, and as I said last week, he like he didn't just fly 9 hours. He went nine did like 9 hours difference between Sweden to Texas. And then the next day played a hockey game. And then 2 days later played and then continued to play. So yeah, he would have been a disappointment at the U18s in
He's
Texas.
18.
At the U18s.
No, he's 18 years old.
Yeah, he just turned 18.
So you can't like that's a lot of stuff for an 18-year-old, and then
Yeah.
to expect him to play.
Yeah.
And I've traveled with elite athletes. I know what they go through. It ain't pretty after traveling.
Yeah. So he could have said, you know what? I just won a championship with my team. I'm just gonna rest on that and see how the see you at the draft.
Okay, so Philly's up on the clock here, and I'm picking. And I
Yeah.
got to tell you, if I'm Philly in this situation, there's one of two ways I go. And one is I take a center, and the other is a defenseman. Because I think they need both. And I'm gonna because they're picking later on in the draft as well. I think they'll take Caleb Desnoyers here, and they'll probably try to take a defenseman with their second pick later on. So I'm saying
Okay.
Caleb Desnoyers.
Yeah, because they could have back-to-back picks, eh? They have
Yeah.
Edmonton and Colorado's.
So I think this is a really good pick for them here. I really do. If they get Desnoyers, I think they're happy. If they can't get Desnoyers, like if he's already gone, uh, maybe Jake O'Brien. Like I think they're going to want a center. Okay, Zach, you're up
Yeah.
with Boston.
Jake O'Brien.
Jake O'Brien. Is it with an E or with an A? It's with an E. Okay. Yeah,
I
he's
think they're still looking for their next Patrice Bergeron, I think. So they're just trying to figure out where they can get one. So I think they're gonna start here with Jake O'Brien and see if he can potentially be that next Patrice Bergeron for them.
well, he's not a sniper. He's a playmaker.
But
Oh no, but there looks to me that because that goes in and wins faceoff. Patrice Bergeron was the league leader in faceoff wins for how many years or top three?
Sure.
yeah,
I don't know.
I think Jake O'Brien's a solid pick here for Boston.
Oh, I
He-
agree. I agree.
He's exactly like they need a center. They need skill. So solid
See,
pick.
the one thing I would say here is if there's a team that is going to put it out there for a guy like Roger McQueen, it's going to be Boston. Like they're going to take the risk on that size. So, but I mean, I love Jake. Sean knows I love Jake O'Brien. I loved
Yeah.
Jake O'Brien a long time ago. So when we thought he was going like second round, early second round, I was like, this guy's for real.
Yeah.
So, and damn it, NHL scouts started listening to us and they moved him up.
Yeah.
Okay, Jean,
And
Seattle.
I know you took Desnoyers at 6 for Philly. I would not like Zach told us that he had a gut feeling that the Islanders were taking Higgins at 1. I would not be shocked if Philly took Brady Martin at number 6.
That's true. That's true.
Okay,
And
he had an awesome U18, and they've called again. I'd like to give the guy credit, but the best body checker in junior and at his age group, and he would probably be one of the best body checkers in the NHL right now.
yeah.
So
Again, another player that Jean and I both agree on as an amazing talent, an amazing player that we would love to see wearing an Ottawa Senators jersey.
yeah, and
But
we were
now he's gonna, like, I think he goes top 10.
yeah.
I think he goes
I
top 10.
and we kept wondering how come he wasn't top 10 in like in the rankings and in the mock drafts. And we were like, oh, if he drops to Ottawa 20, like wherever they draft, we would be ecstatic. And now we know that it's
Well,
probably not going to happen.
I said that if he slips to 14, Ottawa finds a way to trade up. Like they
Yeah.
gotta find, because he's the perfect Ottawa Senators player.
So. Okay, Seattle.
Seattle
The Seattle Kraken will
have never
select,
drafted a defenseman in the first round.
and they will draft their first one this year. Radim Mertka.
Who I would have taken. That was my
He's
other thought with Philly, by the way.
6'6", right shot defenseman that can skate.
and Seattle's had a lot of eye on him too because he plays in Seattle too. So
Yeah.
And Brady Martin stapled his ass into the boards.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Okay. Zach, you are up.
No, you're up, Steve.
Buffalo.
You're up.
Okay, this is the
It's
easiest
like you do
pick.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Yeah. This is the easiest Buffalo pick ever, to be honest, because they are the one team that can simply take a risk on a guy who has injury concerns. And who is the player with the biggest injury concerns, but probably has one of the biggest ceilings of anyone in this draft at this point.
Roger
And if
McQueen.
if I'm Buffalo's GM, I'm taking Roger McQueen here and just hoping that it works out. They've got a stocked closet of prospects, and you can sit and wait and take your chances with Roger McQueen. So why not Roger McQueen?
And I said the Higgins had probably the highest boom or bust. I think I was sorry. I mean, I spoke too soon. Too soon. Roger McQueen has the highest boom or bust.
Well, I think
He
there's
is
just
a
way more
top
risk
5.
associated with Roger McQueen.
He's a top 3, top 5 talent.
Yeah,
all day long.
Well,
Just-
without the injury, he's going top 3 for sure.
Yeah.
And just the problem with the injury this last year, I think he played 17 games or something, like something ridiculous, 20 games. Oof. But if he comes back, he's gonna, what's he, 6'4", 6'5", something like that.
6'5".
Yeah, and he's
6'5".
great skater,
One.
great with the puck for a big guy like that, and a centerman.
Yeah.
Perfect risk for Buffalo to take. Zach, fix the Anaheim Ducks.
Jackson Smith.
All right, shot defenseman. They need some.
I think
Oh,
they have
he's
a
a
lot
left
of
shot. Sorry, he's a left
they have a
shot.
lot of decent forward guys. So I think they're gonna try and take a defenseman here and build up their D prospect for here.
And he turned into a scorer late in the season, too.
He won a tear, I think, the last couple. Let's see here.
He had like no goals for the first half of the season, then he had 9 at the end of the season. Like, it was like, so-
Yeah, he finished with 54 points, 11 goals, 43 assists.
okay, Jackson Smith. I like it. I like it for Anaheim. They should just take best player available. Pittsburgh, they're another one. They need everything. Jean?
Yes. I think Pittsburgh here takes Brady Martin.
Oh, that sucks. You're supposed to let him slide to
to Ottawa, I know.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
just
picking Ottawa's pick. Thank you, Sean, for pointing that out. Okay, yeah, Brady Martin. Okay, we love Brady Martin. I don't know how Zach feels about him, but
If he was there at 11, I wouldn't take.
there you go, DCHL. But Zach also said to us earlier that he'd never say who he was really going to pick.
I know, eh?
So you now know he will not take Brady Martin.
See,
Or am I lying? You don't know.
if
You never
you're
know.
drafting 10th and then 12th, you can let him go to 12 because
A-
Zach won't take him.
And DCHL, whoever he takes, he'll trade you 2 weeks later. Okay, so I'm up with the New York Rangers.
Yes, you are.
Wow, who did the? Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Before you make the pick, do the Rangers pick
yes,
now
yes.
or give the pick to Pittsburgh and keep their pick next year?
I think they take the pick this year
I
because they're
think
going
they
to make the
no.
playoffs next year. Like in their mind, they're going to make the playoffs next year. So they,
Okay.
like, I agree. I wouldn't because
You would make the pick.
next year is Gavin McKenna. Like, like, I would maintain every chance I could, hell or high water, especially after this draft lottery. I wouldn't. I would tell my team make the playoffs, but I would always have in my back pocket Gavin McKenna. Gavin McKenna. Like
And
a one
look at
percent
the New
chance.
York Islanders went from 10 to 1.
Yeah, that's just
Well,
mind blowing.
or Utah went up to 4. Like in my mind, you put everything like you ain't getting my first round pick, and I'm trying to make the playoffs next year. Because if I don't, I'm I'm hopeful I get Gavin McKenna.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because from pick 5 to pick 11, everybody went down 2 spots. That's wild.
Yeah,
But it happened in the DCHL first.
Yeah, I don't need.
true.
Yeah,
I did
why
it
couldn't?
first. I did it to all of you guys. Me and Trevor and Gage.
Yeah, it should have been my pick that went up that high. Like not the one that John
Yeah,
has, but the one I have. That's yours.
it was never going to be my pick.
True.
Okay, this is easy. Victor Eklund. Like I'm really surprised he would slip this far.
I don't know. It's his size that worries me. I know, like these younger, not younger, these
Solid
shorter,
though.
these smaller guys are starting to make a presence in the league, like Bedard's, and Celebrini's, the Caulfields. They're showing that they can still play it when they're under 6 foot. But
Well, he's not LJ Mooney, but
Yeah, I love him.
I do
I
too.
I love his style. He's got a never-ending motor. I love him.
So yeah, let him slip to wherever I'm picking. That's fine. I'll be
Yeah.
happy to take him. Okay, Zach, you're back up with Detroit here. What do you want to do? At 13,
Logan Hensler.
Logan Hensler, right shot D. I know Jean's a big fan. I watched some video on him yesterday, and I got to tell you, I'm much more of a fan. I am much more of a fan. His
Yeah.
skating, his puck control. It's funny, Jean, because I watched him right after watching another video on Simon Wang,
Okay.
and I highly recommend everyone to do that in the league because the one of the big things they say about Simon Wang is how good of a skater he is. You watch him skate and then flip on Logan Hensler. Like it's like watching me skate versus Wayne Gretzky. Like it's ridiculous. It's crazy. So yeah, Logan Hensler, I love that picture. Or Zach. Although I don't know that it's a Detroit pick there.
I think they have enough forwards, so I think they need to start getting some defensemen here.
Yeah, I agree they need help on D. But
Yeah.
they have oh
Yeah, I
my
think they
God.
take like a Keyshawn Aitchison before they took a puck
No.
mover like Logan Hensler. They have Edmondson. They have Sandin Pellikka.
Sometimes, yes.
They got the guys that can move the puck.
Sorry.
I just feel like Keishon Aitchison is more what they need, but Steve Eiserman does not often agree with me. So
No.
okay, Jean Columbus 14.
Columbus. I think they have another pick at 20, right?
Yes, at 20.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to take the guy I think they should take now, but I'll take another forward instead. Lyndon Lakovich. And I'm hoping for Columbus that the guy that they should get at 20 will be there. And a guy they need for their team in the future.
You mean Josh Ravensbergen?
And
Oh,
no.
I think he's a great fit for Columbus. By the way, he's one of the teams that I think should think about taking him. Okay, it's me with 15 for Vancouver, and Vancouver. Wow. Okay, I think here a good player for them. Maybe it's a little bit of a reach, but I like it, and the Montreal fans will be unhappy. I'm gonna take Justin Carbonneau here.
Ooh.
Sorry, Montreal fans who are picking back to back
And Zach.
and Zach, but I just think Justin Carbonneau, he's a goal scorer. I think that's well, and again, Vancouver doesn't have a fully stocked fridge of prospects, so
Now Zach is like, well, what do I do now?
I
I
think
was
I
gonna
don't think
take Carbonneau.
I don't think Montreal picks here, to be honest. I think like we talked about before we started here, they're gonna trade that pick for immediate help. But if they do keep it, I want to go with Carter Bear.
interesting.
I like that pick because
That's a-
Montreal I think he's much better. Like if he doesn't get hurt, he gets drafted much higher than 16. And Montreal can afford to take a chance with their pick because they have so many prospects and draft picks coming up. So I like it.
Okay. Actually, I think that's a good pick as well. So there you go. Two bald guys liking picks. Jean, you are up with Montreal's other pick.
Okay. And the other pick, Keishon Aitchison.
Yeah. I
That kid's yeah, he's
26 goals this year, I think. Yeah, 26 goals.
but his game is more than that though.
Yeah.
he can throw the body for a 6'1", he can throw that body pretty
Yeah.
I gotta watch them live just because they're in the same division as the Battalion North Bay. So I watched a couple of those games, and yeah, he's something special.
Yeah. Love him.
He's a guy that I wouldn't mind if he slipped to 21 where Ottawa could grab him.
It's crazy. Yes, there's some mocks I see where he goes around this. But here, I've seen some where he's closer to 10. I think he's one of those guys that who knows where he's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Calgary is an odd one to pick. I think they've sort of fixed their D issues with their prospects. I think they're going to go forward here. Like they're not going to pick Ravensburg. They don't need a goalie with Wolf. So I would have to go with a forward. They don't mind undersized guys, so a guy like Cullen Potter could go here, but I don't think they're going to take Cullen Potter. I'm going to say they're going to reach a little bit and take Braden Coots. I think they would want a centerman more than they would want.
Didn't you feel I can actually see
Oh, wait.
him taking Ravenberg? Is Vancouver at 15?
I don't know. I don't know that they take a goalie that early, but maybe. I think Ravensburgen is not. I mean, who knows? But yeah, maybe.
I think 15 is too high for Ravensburgen.
So do I. If they trade back, maybe. Excuse me. Gotta get to that button.
Case. Zach, you're up at 19. St. Louis.
St. Louis Blues.
Malcolm Spence.
That was my other idea at with Calgary was Malcolm Spence.
So
I think it helped that Schaefer did get hurt because he got a showcase. He's obviously not as good as Schaefer, but you got to showcase what he could do without the spotlight all being on Schaefer. Is what I noticed when I watched him.
So remember, Steve, what did Matt Waters always said when
Get
you're
the guy you
drafting?
want to get, or go get him. Go get your guy. That was his line.
See,
Go get your guy.
Malcolm Spence was the guy that I thought that I think Columbus needs. He's intense. He can still give you some points, but he's gonna bring the physicality and intensity and leadership up on your team, which is something that I think Columbus needs. But
Well, I
I
read
thought maybe
somewhere
he would
too.
still be there at 21,
Well,
at 20.
because no, but a guy like just on that conversation line, I read somewhere that Columbus moving up with Pittsburgh to try to take a guy like Brady Martin if Brady Martin's still available at 11.
That would
Pittsburgh
make
needs
sense.
more. Pittsburgh needs more assets.
Yeah.
Them trading back makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know that Brady Martin would be available at 11 anyway. But that would be it's not a huge move up. It's 14 to 11.
Yeah.
And they need a guy that has that intensity that you're talking about for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you want at 20?
So, Columbus will take a shot. They went for a big guy earlier. Now they're going for a smaller guy that has been really good in the playoffs, and he was really good at DOE teams. Cole Rushney.
This is a guy that I'm not sold on.
I wasn't, but he carried Victoria through the first round of the playoffs, and he went and he stood up and was just as good as Cristal and who's the other guy there? Who's the guy that you traded away there, Steve? Zach last year.
Berkeley
You're going to
Cotton.
need to be more specific, Joe.
Berkeley Cotton.
Berkeley Cotton. So he was pretty much
away. Come on, man. Like
true. Okay. But he knew exactly what I was talking about. Berkeley Cotton. So he was just as good as Cotton and Cristal, and he didn't have as good of a team behind him. So to me, it's all about the playoffs. So if a guy steps up in the playoffs, I'm a fan.
okay. With Ottawa's pick, and I'm very happy because I go to bed at night dreaming that they will take this player. Like this is and I actually feel very confident that Jean would support this pick if Ottawa.
I hope you don't disappoint me, Steve.
I am taking my guy, Bill Zonin. Okay, and again, Jean and I talk about prospects a lot, and Bill Zonnin's a guy that we both like. And the and it's like the NHL scouts are listening to us because Jean mentioned yesterday or the day before he saw a mock draft. I think I saw the same one actually later on where Bill Zonnin's in the top 15.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if Bill Zonnin goes in the top 15 in the NHL draft.
And he was a guy that he wasn't in the first round for the longest time. And then as the season came, moved along, he was at the end of the first round. Now he's mid first round. And I saw him in the top 15. I think it was 12 or something like that. So whoever gets that guy, and I hope it's Ottawa,
Oh my
they're going
God.
to get an awesome
If
player.
Ottawa takes him at 21, I mean, it'll be the first round pick that they've made that I am really excited about at that time. I mean, I've warmed up to Carter Yakimchuk, but at the
Yeah,
time,
I was about to say, I'm just about Yakimchuk. I think he's me.
okay, but at
He-
the time, I wanted Sam Dickinson.
That's
I
yeah.
wanted Sam Dickinson. Anyway, okay, so Bill Zonin goes at 21. Calgary's up at 22 with their second pick of the
Yeah.
Yep.
first round.
If you don't mind.
Yep, you're up.
Cameron Reed.
Oh, Mr. Reed, the defenseman. He's undersized, right?
6'1".
Oh, he's 6'1"? He's not who I'm thinking of then.
No, sorry, no,
Yeah,
6 foot.
well,
6 foot. 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah, he is undersized. 6 foot 174.
He's still in Jean's height range, so we're good. I didn't really watch a lot of Cameron Reed this year, so I can't really say much about him, but to what I've read, he's a pretty decent defenseman.
Okay. Jean? Carolina.
Carolina.
Carolina certainly doesn't mind undersized players.
I know. But I think they're going to go. Yeah, they're going to go this way. I'm probably going to butcher his name, even though it looks like a French name to me. Sacha Boumedienne.
He's a guy that had a really good world under
Under
eight.
18. Yeah.
And he's been like he had a bad start to the season, but since January he's been doing really well.
Yeah, he's got brought himself up on the how do I spell these freaking names?
ME. Yeah.
There
Yep,
we-
exactly.
Yeah, no, and a lot of early lists didn't have him in the first round at all, like mid to late second round, and now he's
Mhm.
sitting there towards the end to middle of the first round. So, yeah, okay, Philly, Philly. Okay, I don't think Philly has as much of a problem with smaller players either.
Well,
But this is a
their
good
GM is 5'6".
I know who you're taking here.
This is a team that has absolutely sucked at goaltending this whole year. And I feel like, you know what? They're just fed up. And they're going to say, Josh Ravensbergen, come to Philadelphia.
But the problem
Hmm.
is he's not going to be ready for them for 5 years.
When are they going to be good?
In 5 years.
Like, I don't
Probably
know.
never.
But I mean, I feel like that's a good.
No, I like it. You've got 3 first-round picks. You have a problem at net, and you end up with the best goalie. I like it.
Hey, Zach, your Philly's other pick?
Cullen Porter. Or Potter, how do you want to say it? Potter, Porter, Potter,
Potter.
Potter.
Cullen Potter.
Harry's younger brother. Apparently Zach didn't read any of the books.
I don't know how to read.
Okay, Cullen Potter goes to Philly. Jean, Nashville.
Nashville. Blake Fiddler.
Good right D.
The right shot D, 6'4", 210. Can skate.
He is one of my
And-
guys I think Ottawa goes after too, as well.
Yep. And his dad played for Nashville also.
Vern.
Yeah.
Vern Fiddler.
Vern Fiddler, yes. Okay. So we're up with LA. Who did LA take earlier? Have they taken anyone earlier? No, this is their pick.
No, they didn't.
Okay. Okay. I don't like this guy, but I think he's going to go in this range in the first round. So I'm going to pick Jack Murtagh. It's not that I don't like him. I think he's a little early to be taken in the first round, but I swear I've seen him in so many mock drafts in the first round.
Actually, in the couple that I've seen, and what I'm looking at here right now, he goes to LA.
Oh, really? Somebody
Yeah.
else picked him for LA as well?
Yep.
Oh, Jean likes him. Or
Oh,
No.
John's cheering. Florida won, John.
Cheering. Florida just scored
what's the score
2-0.
now?
Sam
Yeah.
Bennett. Sam
Oh my
Bennett.
God.
Leaf
Guy,
in
he
there.
should have
Bennett
been
is
Leaf
making
in there
more and
with
more
that.
money.
He shouldn't have just been suspended. He should have been arrested and brought out and shot.
Yeah.
The
In
Steve
front-
Dangle podcast.
In front of a
says so.
crowd of Leaf fans.
Yes.
Like hung in the blue zone. Is it the blue zone that they call it?
I don't know. Like, whatever. Sure. A bunch
No.
of drunk people standing out in a park. Okay, it's my pick? No, it's not my pick.
No, you just took Jack
Jack
Murtaugh.
Murtagh. Is it Murtagh or Murtaugh?
I
thought it
think
was
it's Murtaugh, but you're asking me about pronouncing players' names.
That's true.
So
I might not be consulting with the best person for that.
exactly.
Now struggles pronouncing his own name.
I was listening to another podcast. That's what I do when I walk. So there's two guys, and one of the guys is like just as bad as me. So the other guy said, "Okay, there's a new rule. You cannot draft them if you can't pronounce their name."
I think that's a great rule.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
Pat.
Zach.
Jock Nesbitt.
Oh, the Windsor Spitfire.
Yep.
Do you think San Jose's going to keep this pick, though, or do you think they're going to trade it? You think they stay with
See
two
why
in
they
the
wouldn't
first?
keep it.
I think they keep it. They need to continue to add prospects. That
I agree. And a guy like
Oh.
Nesbitt actually fits in well with it because I think he's going to be a middle six.
yeah.
And if they it doesn't go like ours and they end up taking Misa, Celebrini and Misa, and then you stick Jack Nesbitt on your third line. I mean, that's a pretty good 1, 2, 3 centers.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because I'm assuming Will Smith will play up with Celebrini after how he played this year with him. So, okay, Jean. 29.
Okay. Chicago Blackhawks. Because they have a few 5'10" forwards, and their defense is young and doing well, so they're gonna have a power forward. Not great skills, but power forward that loves to hit. Shane Van Saggy.
Saggy.
Van Saggy.
Michigan State boy.
Check the spelling on that, but I think I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, It's funny because John and I talked about Van Sage last week after the show, and I said I didn't like him, and I went back and watched a bunch of stuff, and he grew on me. He grew on me.
What I like is if you can be really good at something, like you have a high-end skill, that usually gets you playing time in the NHL. And Van Sage is got some not skill, but he's got what can I say? He's aggressive, physical, and when you have a team with a whole bunch of 5'10" players that can skate and have skills, you need a guy like that.
Okay, so I'm kind of torn here with Nashville. I feel like they're going to go forward. I think, see, it's where you have to. I try to think like they would, and not like I would. So I'm gonna say they take William Moore here, and I am not the biggest William Moore fan. I think the skills are there. I think the ability to be an NHLer is there, but I really worry about the the drive and the intensity in his game. And I do worry that the US NDP guys are a little bit overrated this year. But I feel like Nashville would take a guy like William Moore. Great playmaker. So Zach, that brings us to you with your last
Yeah, I was actually gonna.
Washington.
I thought I was gonna actually put William Moore with Washington, pair him up with Boston College teammate Ryan Leonard, but okay. I think I'm gonna botch his last name, but we'll say a short form. We're gonna go Henry Bruce. I don't even know how to say their last name. Now you're gonna try and pull.
Bushnevich.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Bushnevich.
There you go.
How do you spell it? BRCZ?
BR
Z
B ZU.
BRZU STEWICZ.
Is that right?
Yep.
I feel like that's not right.
No, TEW. There you go.
Or Savitz. I can pronounce it, but I can't spell it.
Bushnevich.
Bruce. Yeah, that's a tongue twister. I don't know. I don't think London has probably the best the best program in the Canadian Hockey League, in my opinion. With the talent that's come out of there. The
That's
the Hunter family's done a very good job with that organization.
yeah, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Okay, Sha, you're
As much
picking for
as I can't
Winnipeg.
stand the London Knights as an Ottawa 67s. They've done an awesome job.
Yeah.
The Winnipeg Jets or whoever picks at number 32 would be ecstatic to get a guy with this amount of skill at 32. Benjamin Kindell. 5'10", 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", whatever.
Yeah, I think I've read 5'10", but
Yeah. On this mock I'm looking at, it's 5'10".
yeah, I'd be surprised if he slips this far. But I mean, really, no one. I don't know that I like. There's a couple guys that maybe I think we reached on a little bit earlier. I don't know that William Moore, for example, goes in the first round, but
I agree.
oh, I spelled Shane wrong. Look at that. But there's always somebody that slides up to the first round who everybody goes, "What the hell? What were they
Yep.
thinking?"
Where did he come from?
Yeah. Danford
Because
last year.
wasn't it? Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't. Didn't everybody Danford with Toronto's pick? But he's
Yeah.
turned out so far with Oshawa. He's done pretty well.
So, Steve, do you want to do pick 33 so we all have the
Sure,
same
I'll
amount
throw
of...
in. I the one guy that I look at and I think, wow, should be in here is I'll just write the name, Cameron Schmidt. again, undersized, but
5'7", same height as me. Maybe a little bit taller, but
and he won't go in the first round probably because of that. But he's a guy that'll go in early in the
Yeah.
second. So
He had an awesome start to the season, but
tailed off big
yeah,
time.
tailed off big time. So
So
and that's San Jose. That would have been San Jose's pick. Do we want to pick one more guy that not as a draft pick, just one guy that was not drafted?
okay, I think that's a good idea. Like just talk about one guy that hasn't been drafted yet that you think should
Do
be
you
a
have a
first
guy,
round.
Zach? I have a couple, but
Jack Ivankovic.
Oh, the goalie.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to go at 34, but I think he's another one that people have him going in the late second. I see him sneaking into the early second, like the same kind of spot where Carter George went last year.
yeah, he was. I see him going like in mock drafts dropping, but he had an awesome U18.
I think, or the mock I'm looking at here shows Vancouver getting him.
Is that lines.com or Tankathon?
Tankathon.
Yeah. Okay, Jean, do you want to go?
Sure. Way off the board. He has the potential to be a first round pick, and he could drop to the fourth or fifth round because he's a two-sport athlete. Mason West,
It's
foot
funny.
six forward.
I can't find a lot of stuff on him, and that's funny.
He's just played high school in Minnesota. He's almost a goal a game in high school, but 6'6", good skater, really great athlete. The issue is we don't know if he's like we don't know if he's going to be going to play quarterback in Div 1 or if he's going to commit to play hockey in the NCAA.
Wow. Yeah, I've only come across his name a half dozen times, and I haven't looked at him at all. So, but
I just find it's fascinating that he like college quarterback, you have a choice between college quarterback or to
The
commit
draft in
to
the NHL.
playing hockey in the NHL. Like that's never been a thing.
what's
There's
your
been
what's your inclination? What do you think?
I think he's going to go college quarterback.
I think so. Just
I'm sorry, but the NFL is huge, and like quarterbacks in the NFL are making $50 million a year right now.
yeah.
Imagine how much you're going to make in 3 years. So if he does it, if he makes it,
And really too for his
but
if doesn't go college football, his NIL deal could be $4 million, which he's not going to get that in his first year in the NHL.
yeah. So
Okay, the guy I'm going to talk about is a guy that I don't think will go in the first round, but he was at the start of the year was slated to be like a top 10 pick, and then was playing in Russia, struggled, and then came across to play in the USHL. What team was he playing with? He started with
Muskogee,
Dynamo, but where is he now?
Muskogee,
Muskegon, yeah.
Muskegon.
Muskegon. That place starting with an M in Michigan.
Yes.
And even Ryabkin. And I gotta say, like, there's red flags flying all around that guy, and that's not the Russian flag. Like, I I see him slipping worse than who was the guy that Vancouver traded for from the Islanders who slipped that you had on your team. You drafted
Yes,
him
and
in
I
the first
traded
round.
him away.
You know who I'm talking about.
Ratu.
Yes, Atu Ratu.
Ratu.
Yeah, I see him slipping like way down below that. Like I think he's
Way, way down.
third, maybe fourth round.
He's gonna be on a slip and slide going down.
And that's a
Down the
guy
hill.
that was looked at as the top 10 pick. And like I just can't see him. I
I
he
don't even think he's the best Russian player coming out of Russia. So I know that he's in the USHL right now, but he's still like to me, he's still a player that came out of Russia, and I thought it was the best thing for him was to come to North America. I didn't agree with him to go to the USHL because I think it's a level below the CHL.
yeah.
Like a huge, to me, it's a huge drop. Like and like the best USHL team, I don't think can beat the worst CHL team.
No,
There's
no.
60 teams or 60 or 62 teams in the CHL. Let's say Muskegon is the best team in the USHL. I don't think that they're good enough to beat the worst team in the CHL.
And he's struggling at that level.
Yeah. So
Like, but it's amazing to me how many mock drafts still, and they acknowledge that he struggled and he's not playing well, and they still put him in the first round.
yeah.
And I just can't see an NHL GM saying, you know what, I'm going to take, if they wouldn't take a gamble on Atu Ratu, they're
Then
not
why
going to
they
take a
do
gamble
not
on
do?
this guy. Like, they're not
Yep.
gonna. And who was it that dropped last year to the fourth round? Oh, Calgary took him. Michael Misa.
Luke Misa.
Luke Misa, sorry. Like, they weren't going to take a gamble on him. And, like, I
And
can't see Ryabkin.
the who what was his name? The small finished defenseman there. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, the first round guy you're talking about. Yes. Okay.
No, he got
He was
drafted in
supposed
the
to be
fourth
in the
round.
first round, but then
Yeah,
he
he
just
was a
kept
top
sliding
five.
and kept sliding and kept sliding. Uh, was it Carolina that took him? See, now I gotta look this up.
I'm
'Cause
looking now.
I know exactly who you mean. I just need to remember his name. Okay, there we go. What I'm calling up here, Jean, is last year's
Was it Minnesota took him?
Yes,
Bastion Suwannee,
Minnesota took him.
Sweeney, or whatever you want to call him, Sweeney.
You're
where
right. Minnesota took him, Zach. Aaron Kivirayu.
yes.
Oh, it's not. Okay, I thought it was somebody else. Okay.
Where is find him here? Control F.
Yeah. So another dirty hit by Max Domi. He
I
Okay,
saw
should be
their.
Aaron Haru
on.
last year. This is where he was ranked. Everybody had him either first or second round. Like these are his aggregate rankings and all the different ones. His average was 37th.
Mm-hmm.
And he was actually drafted at 122.
Yep. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ryabkin dropped that much.
Well, yeah. So he's an interesting player for me. He's not Trevor Connolly, not on my draft board. Like I could take Ryabkin at some point. Connolly, I wasn't going to take no matter what, but like I ain't taking Ryabkin until maybe the fourth round, maybe the fifth round. Like he's going to be buried on my list. I haven't set mine up, but he's going to be buried. If you're going to play in a league like that, you got to dominate.
To me, he's a guy that you let somebody else take a chance on him.
Exactly. So that somebody slips down to you. Like
Yeah. You let somebody else take a chance on him.
Dean Letourneau.
Yeah. So
You let Boston take him. You let somebody else say, you know what, let's give this guy a chance. And if it works for them, good for them.
If it
Mhm.
doesn't, well, that's not your fault. Yeah.
You're gonna take the guy that you believe in and not take the guy that's a big maybe.
Yeah.
And I think Ryabkin is more than a big maybe. He's a go buy a lottery ticket guy. So, okay, so that is our mock draft, our first one of the year, and all the people that like to complain that we talk too much about the draft,
But
Shut
we
up,
did
dude.
talk about the playoffs
we
We
talked
did?
about the playoffs first. We talked
and
how
the
I
NHL
nailed,
and the DCHL playoffs.
yeah,
So
and how I got the DCHL playoff bracket perfect.
yes,
We
that was
did.
the most important part of the show.
That is the take home everyone should have from today's episode.
Yeah.
That Steve is still smart.
Oh no,
No,
Fucking
smartest man on this show.
oh no, no.
Here you go again.
I cannot and will not go there ever.
Yeah. So I don't want to we need to put an end to this show because I need to listen to what the really smart panel on Sportsnet are talking about the Max Domi hit from behind on Sasha Barkov.
And I want to hear all the Maple Leaf fans tell everyone how justified it was or how it shouldn't be suspended. The same people that talked about killing Sam Bennett.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently too, I can't remember who it was now. I was reading there. Somebody on Florida elbowed Martiner in the back of the head. So I'm
So it
sure
made
they're
it
back.
okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
oh,
Okay.
it's
Well, I will take Jean's advice and we will end
Holler.
today's episode. Thank you, Zach, for participating
All right,
and
thank you.
creating content with your first pick overall being not Matthew Schaefer, but
Hey.
James Higgins.
or not Matthew Schaefer or Michael Misa.
Yeah. I mean that one.
But I think that the Islanders might look at trading back for Higgins.
I
I
wouldn't
think
be
they won
surprised if they
Higgins,
did.
so
And
But we
maybe
don't even know who their GM is right now. So we don't even know what they're looking at.
I read that they're looking at Steve Downs as their general manager.
yeah, but that's only if they want to miss the playoffs another year.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe
Have a good night, boys.
Hey,
maybe
I'm
maybe they'll
going
hire
to
Josh.
sorry, I'm gonna end it here. I didn't hear what Zach just said, but I think probably I didn't need to. So we'll log off here and say maybe see you next week. Probably see you next week.
Yeah. Next week I'm good.
Okay.
All right, gents. See ya.